Welcome here to WRMN AM 1410 in Elgin. It's Wednesday afternoon. I think it's Wednesday afternoon. It sure is. And Wednesday afternoon means it's time for the Laura Dion-Jones show. I'd like to welcome into the studio again Miss Laura Dion-Jones. How you doing today?
I am doing just wonderful. How are you?
It helps if I turn on your microphones first.
Thank you so much.
It's better than the 1 week we messed everything up, though.
That was fun, though.
I'm doing
that was
wonderful.
fun.
I'm doing really good, really good.
Listen, today is April 6th. This is our 73rd show already.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we are taping, actually, on 3/13 for airing while I rehab from my total knee replacement.
Yes.
So if y'all wonder why we're not going to talk a whole lot about the Japan and the tsunamis and etc., we're going to talk about that Wednesday. What's Wednesday's date?
What's Wednesday?
This coming Wednesday.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, from the taping, March 16th, as we tape, it was 3 days in the future.
16th.
Now it's way in the back. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll hit some of this stuff. But you know what? Since today is 3/13 and we are taping, I do want to give a special, very happy birthday wish out to Ellery Casey, one of the producers of our show, and
Wonderful.
also my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, in fact, I've been up here in Elgin for
Now, you should say, when you say last night, you're now talking about March 12th. You have a story from March 12th.
March 12th, yes.
And also from your Image Award, March 10th, you also tell
March
stories.
10th,
Yeah.
and so I've been up here since March 9th,
That's
which was
right.
Wednesday.
You had 4 days in Elgin?
4 days, 5 nights with
Wow.
my dogs,
Chamber
Paul
of
and
Commerce
Megan.
loved you. Really?
My friends Paul and Megan were kind enough to open their home to us and welcome my dogs, and so I didn't have to
Fantastic.
drive back and forth because I've had events up here all
Yeah,
5
sure,
days.
sure.
You know, Show Wednesday, Elgin's Biggest Loser Wednesday, Thursday night was Elgin Image
Image
Awards, which I am proud to be a nominee, even though I didn't win an actual Elgin Image Award this year. Everybody says, oh, you know, there's always next year, just like the Cubs.
And they got a
Except-
nice award. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
either way, it's...
Are you kidding
had
me? It
all
was
the
such an honor.
moments.
Oh, and one of our special guests today, who is Diana Ortega Arith,
Yeah.
excuse me. Well, we'll get to that, but she and her organization, which she will tell us about, she was an Elgin Image Award winner. And anyway, so I stayed with Megan and Paul, and then Friday night we had the Youth Leadership Academy benefit at ECC, which we'll talk about in a little while also. And then last night we went to last night being Saturday the 12th.
March 12th, yeah.
We went to a fabulous restaurant in Bartlett called T&L Four Seasons. It's Chinese, Japanese. I recommend reservations. They were
Wonderful,
mobbed, and it
wonderful.
was beyond fabulous.
Is that right downtown Bartlett?
It's, yeah.
Across from the train station?
Exactly.
Okay, I know where that's at.
Exactly.
They have a Hunziker rice dish there.
They really do.
Yeah,
they really do.
It's the Mike dish.
And then last
Where
night,
did your dogs walk? Did you had to walk your dogs?
I had to walk my dogs.
How were the Elgin streets when you were walking the
I
dogs?
never took them out of the yard because
Oh,
I can't.
well.
You know what? I can't do walking right now because I need the knee
Okay.
replacement, and it's been acting up on me. You saw me today coming in with the cane.
Did the dogs like that? Can they?
The dogs left it because you guys have raccoons out here. And
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of other kind of
Skunks?
wildlife.
We lead the league in
Oh
skunks.
my God, they were
Not
just
just on the radio
sniffing that
station.
whole every blade of grass in that
Oh,
whole
yeah.
yard. But it was different for me because I don't have to walk. Every time my dogs have to potty at home, we have a patio, a securely fenced in patio. So I just open the door, they go out, come in. But today, this last 5 days, 4 days, every time they had to go out, I had to
Be with them?
clamp the leg. Oh, they cannot be off leash.
Oh, yeah.
They're
sure.
miniature greyhounds, Italian greyhounds, sight hounds. 2,000 years they've been bred to, hunt
Scamper.
by sight.
Yeah.
And believe me, they are.
See
If they get
everything.
away, forget it. They live on 31. Megan and Paul live on 31, and that is just like, forget it. So, anyway, in the studio with us today are Mike Hunziker, one of my favorite guy pals, and he runs the board for us, and Jeff Myers, my special co-host, and of course your YouTube camera girl, Valerie the Swan. And our very special in-studio guests today are Diana Ortega Arith, and she's the executive director of the Elgin Youth Leadership Academy at Elgin Community College, and her good friend, and my good friend now, Sarah Burrows, who is a...
scientist at Perkin Elmer Incorporated.
Isn't that
Wow, that's
impressive?
great.
We have a scientist. We have Julie Belanger, who is a rocket scientist,
Wow.
honest to God, from NASA.
And Mike's the morning man, so it all fits.
And both gals are here today to talk a little girl talk with us and about some different topics. And meanwhile, back at the RMN Ranch, today's show is brought to you again by...
Well, the good folks, of course, that we would like to call Taylor YMCA, where you're so popular, of course, the Taylor Y. They've got great things going on there. It's the month of April, so we're thinking about always staying in shape. And no matter what time of year it is, Taylor Y has some great things for you. Just check in with them. They're at 50 North McLean Boulevard. Their phone number is 847-888-7410. That's the wonderful folks, the Taylor YMCA. How about Dr. Claire Elias? She, of course, she was at your March 10th Image Award night, was she not?
She was there, and she was also, she joined us, she was my guest at the Elgin Youth Leadership Academy Benefit Friday night, the 11th, March 11th, at Elgin Community College, and she is just an absolute delight, and she, in fact, is the one who recommended that we go to TNL Four Seasons last night. So
She
we were like,
knows everything.
Yeah, so she is, I have to tell you this, Claire is now our official restaurant guide
Is she?
for the Fox Valley.
Good, good.
Well, I guess the fact that she is a chiropractic person is no factor here. I just throw this out. She's our restaurant guide from now on. Dr. Claire Elias, give her a call. You want to know where to go restaurant-wise, 847-888-9988. Also your posture as well. Dr. Claire Elias.
I'm sure she's going to appreciate this. And we'd also like to thank snobhounds.com, a canine clothing company. Think Nike meets Donna Karen, but for canines. And our clothes truly do keep your pooches warm, dry, cool, and comfy with Snob Hounds real environmental protection wear. And that wind yesterday, I'll tell you what, those dogs would have not done their business outside if it went to the Snob Hounds PJs. And we'd also like to thank KC Tool, an automotive specialty tool company available through your Snap-on mobile tool distributor. And a very special thank you to Casey for making this show and all of our shows possible. Now I have the quote of the week, and it's going to be a who said, because I know you guys are so up on this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, we're
Okay.
Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true.
Oh, we were talking about this in our meeting in the green room. Franklin Roosevelt, because his name came up. It's FDR. Said, I said that. I know it.
Can I give you initials? You'll
Yeah,
know?
go ahead.
Roll doll.
R-W-E.
R.W.E. Robert Wadsworth.
Ralph.
Waldo Emerson.
You got it.
There
I knew
it
you'd
was.
get it. We knew
How many
you.
W's do we know from middle initial unless he was a president?
And as we all know, he's a great American philosopher and poet, among other things. And I say, truly dare to live the life you've always dreamed for yourself by going forward and discovering a healthier lifestyle. Begin to listen to your body and add years to your life by joining us for Elgin's Biggest Loser 5, beginning June 1st at Elgin Community College from 5 to 7 p.m. for 8 weeks. Elgin's Biggest Loser comes to ECC, and you are all invited. And what better time to get started on your new health and fitness plan than for the summer? EBL, Elgin's Biggest Loser, will help you sail right through all those backyard barbecues and festivals without gaining any more weight. Trust me on this.
I hope.
That's good.
Well, once you know the rules of the road, you know. Now it's time for today's special guest, so let's give a warm LDJ welcome to Diana Ortega-Arith and Sarah Burrows. Yay!
Yay,
Welcome,
welcome,
girls. Can't we get
Thank
some
you.
applause?
Yay!
We have canned applause for the future, maybe? So we
Yes.
have to go, yay! And 3 of us, 4 of us, 5, 6 of us clapping.
There it is.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
Say the word and it's yours. I'll tell you
Okay, from now on, every time I'll give you the cue, let's give a warm LDJ welcome too, and then we'll put up the applause. Okay, good. So let's start with Diana. If you would tell us a little bit about your background.
Absolutely, and thanks for having me on your show, Laura. It's really fun being here. I am the Executive Director of the Youth Leadership Academy, which is based here out of Elgin Community College. I also happen to be a resident of the community. I love living in the city of Elgin. I think it's a wonderful place to live. My background, I have a background working with young people professionally over 15 years, and I can't imagine doing anything else. I've lived in Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, born in Mexico City, of course, and maybe that can be the topic for another show.
Oh yeah, I love Mexico, and I've been to Mexico City, and you know how many people I have down there.
Yeah, so I love my heritage, and I have a wonderful family, and I love to surround myself with positive people like yourself.
Thank you for
Thanks.
saying that. She also has a gorgeous 5-year-old daughter named Annabelle that is just, you know how I love these kids. She is so, I met her for the first time this past week and at the Elgin Image Awards, and I got to tell you something, mini me, look at Diana, and see a 5-year-old version. I was like taken aback when I saw the kid,
A lot of
because she
people
is
said
like
that.
just so mini-me. She is adorable.
Thank you.
So listen, how did you get interested in the Elgin Youth Leadership Academy?
I was looking for a job in the area, and I happened to be typing in youth leadership keywords online for a job search, believe it or not.
You didn't know that there was a Youth Leadership Academy when you typed that in?
I had no idea.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be, and it was a really good fit. I think I had been doing youth leadership development nationally for almost 10 years.
Wow.
And now I get to do it locally. And the audience is different, but a lot of the issues are the same. I grew up learning about the Search Institute, an organization based out of Minnesota, which does research about what you can do right with kids. And one of the top things that people can do right with kids is to be their mentor and to be interested and take part in their lives. Somebody who is not necessarily your parent, but somebody else that a young person can count on to start learning how to be a grown-up. And that's what I encourage other people to do. So you are a mentor to some of our cadets in the Youth Leadership Academy, doing really important, amazing work, helping them understand what goes into your body affects your body and your overall health. And maybe you'll talk more about that later, but inviting other people to be involved in developing future generations, I think, is one of the most important things in the world. So I have been at the Youth Leadership Academy for just over a year now, and it's really fun to have people learn more about what we do and be interested and ask me, hey, I'd like to come and volunteer and be a part of your service projects. How would I do that? So it's really fun to connect people and coordinate interests and see young people growing through that process.
Let me do a little segue here. Diana and I met through the, I want to call it the adult Elgin Area Leadership Academy as opposed to the Elgin Youth Leadership Academy. And Dan Fox and Don Waters run the Elgin Area Leadership Academy, and we meet like once a month, sometimes every 3 weeks. And actually, we had our second to the last class yesterday, and it was mind-blowing. We met out at Sherman Hospital, and our speakers were the CEO of Sherman, Rick Floyd, and the CEO of Provena St. Joe, and his name was?
McMahon.
Yes.
Dr. McMahon.
Yes, I forgot his first name. Sorry, Doc. We love both of you as speakers. And boy, we really got our eyeballs opened up to some health issues and just everything that we learned. But what the benefit was of any of you listening who are interested in getting into more involved in the community and more leadership and service and things like that is it's worth the price of admission to join the Elgin Area Leadership Academy, because it's the invaluable contacts that we have made in business and the things that we have learned, not only that we can use throughout the Elgin and the Fox Valley area, but that we can carry through with us in leadership wherever we go. So anyway, that's where Diana and I met, and we needed to have a project that we were going to work on, a service project, and somehow one thing led to another, and then all of a sudden our group found ourselves, how many of us are in your?
7.
7 of us in the Adult Leadership Academy are mentors to groups of kids in the Youth Leadership Academy, and my area is nutrition, and I have 8 kids, 5 boys, 3 girls, and with my schedule is overloaded and everything as it is, I didn't realize it was going to be a 2 Saturday a month time commitment, so I was like moaning and crabbing, like, I can't do this, and I'm not got it all this time, and I live in downtown Chicago. And then all of a sudden it was like, it dawned on me that I should just shut up and do it and figure out how to mesh my youth leadership mentoring with projects that I'm doing. And it's just, I wouldn't trade this experience for all the world. I have 8 kids that I'd adopt every one of them. They are so on the ball. Diana's Youth Leadership Academy is astonishing. You meet twice a month.
We meet 2 Saturday mornings per month during the academic year.
And I can't tell you how impressed I am with it. It's just unbelievable for young people. So, do you want to tell our audience exactly, in 25 words or less, what YLA is?
YLA is an organization serving low-income, at-risk young people in gaining access to higher education.
And
And we do leadership development, service learning curriculum. They get a scholarship to go to Elgin Community College for 2 years for free at the completion of our program. And I have an agreement now, I don't know if you know this, with Judson University. Some who are eligible can continue on to complete a bachelor's degree there for an extra 2 years for free.
Isn't that, I mean, that's incredible.
Wow.
That's incredible. I wish that were available to me when I was, you know,
No kidding.
this age. And the kids in Youth Leadership Academy, which is YLA, so you'll hear us refer to it as YLA probably throughout the show. It's from 7th to 12th grade?
7th through 12th grade, covering school districts U46, D300, D301, and D303.
And you know something, you had a big event Friday night, which was March 11th at Elgin Community College, and in my opinion it was one of the nicest, most well-organized banquets that I have ever been to, and the food and production at ECC are always great, but Diana had, I mean, it was just fabulous. It was, you know, there weren't 1,000 people there. There were a lot of people there, quite a few people, and I was surprised at some of the people I knew from the community that were there. But the silent auction was there, and then Diana, who is a fabulous gourmet Mexican chef. Excuse me.
It's those tamales doing it too.
Sometimes.
It's that hot sauce. That happens.
But she, one of the what do you call it, regular auction?
It was a live auction
Yeah.
item.
A lot.
Something you
And
cooked for your
silent.
live auction?
Yeah, I offered
Wow.
to do a
So-
banquet for someone in their home as a live
For 8.
auction item, and it was really fun watching all the cards fly up,
Sure.
including Laura.
I was sad I didn't win it because
You didn't?
no, it was kind of going along, and then all of a sudden I thought, you know, I really want this one less meal I would have to cook, and so I just put my card up and I said $200, and then that really got things rolling. And by the time it happened so fast because I really wanted it, and then by the time it was sold, I was like, and it was going, and so I didn't act on it fast enough.
How much did it go for?
I think $225.
Wow. So you were a plan to get it started at 200, I know.
I wanted it. I mean, I'll do anything not to have to cook.
And what, may I ask, was this meal consisted of?
Tell what you're going to do.
Well, you know, I have a variety of dishes that I enjoy cooking, and that will be up to the person who won. I'll give them a choice of 3 different entrees, and,
Okay.
and I'll come out to their house and do a whole dinner party for them. And it's you know, one of those things that I do on the side of my professional work. I mean, please let it be known that I did not officially go to culinary school. This is all
You don't
from
have
my
to.
own Mexican background, with my mom teaching me how to cook and use ingredients that are you know, not as common around here. So it's really something that is stress relieving for me to cook for someone else.
Good.
Yeah.
Cooking stress relieving?
Yeah.
Boy.
Not eating, cooking.
Oh,
Not eating, cooking.
Yeah, cooking is really.
slicing and dicing is not my forte, but go ahead.
So
What?
let me ask you, I bid on that, I won it for $225. I want to leave it all up to you. What are you serving me? You said 3 entrees. What are those 3 I need to choose from?
Would you like sopes?
Mm-hmm.
Or I could make a sopa de tortilla.
Okay, that too.
Okay.
I know how to make molletes, very good molletes. Do you know
Okay.
what those are?
I do not.
Well, I can show you sometime.
Okay.
It's you take it's like almost like a French bread.
Okay.
Then you dig out the white
The inside.
The inside.
bread part inside.
Okay.
And then you fill it with your choice of meat or beans with cheese, and then you make a special green tomato sauce that goes on top. And you
Really?
bake it,
Wow.
Chihuahua.
and it's amazing.
It
Can you
sounds
believe in
amazing.
Mexico we eat that for breakfast?
Really? It's a breakfast
Yum.
dish,
It's a
huh?
breakfast dish, which I actually like to eat, you know, for lunch or dinner.
My favorite Mexican breakfast is chilaquiles,
Chilaquiles, those are good too.
chocolate, and bolillos,
Bolillos. Well,
which
look
is
at you.
a carb belt buster. Let me just tell you,
Really?
I haven't had those in many moons, but those are my favorite Mexican dishes. I have another question. How can more people learn about YLA?
They can go to our website at www.ylaecc.org.
And quickly tell us the qualifications that the kids need to have to be accepted into Youth Leadership Academy.
Well, they have to be in the 6th grade. We only take applications from current 6th graders.
Somebody
In fact,
can't jump in 8th grade?
No, not the way that it's set up right now. But you know what? We have a lot of kids who want to be part of our programming, and we take volunteers who are 8th grade, you know, 9th grade, whatever age you are.
Uh-huh.
And they have a really wonderful experience too, and they can build up their resumes in one way, and we have students getting great scholarship offers from other colleges based on some of the leadership and experience and volunteer work that they've done with the YLA. So.
Thank you for filling us in, because
Well-
I'm sure people want to know.
Can I ask a couple more questions?
Yes, absolutely.
My daughter's going to be in 6th grade starting this coming fall.
Yes.
She applies.
Okay.
Is there an interview process? What does she need to
There
qualify?
is an interview process. Right now we can only accept 25 new students per year.
Mhm.
Our application deadline was actually just this March 11, the same day as our benefit dinner. And we had
Can't we like stretch it out?
and there is an interview process. We try and select the students who could benefit most from what we have to offer. We're not looking necessarily for the top A students. We're looking for the ones whose teachers recommend that they just need that extra mentoring community, because number one, these at-risk students, they need to just stay in school. So if they need that extra group of positive influences around them to make sure that, number one, they graduate from high school and then have access to college, which they may not otherwise normally have, those are usually the students who qualify to the top of our list.
I bet you Dr. Torres is really fond of you. Yeah, I bet you he is, because he's preaches. When the first day he was in there, he said, "Stay in school."
Yeah.
One of the first things he said as superintendent of U46 was, "Stay in school." So.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous organization. I'm mad at myself that I let my own stuff get in the way at the beginning. You know what I mean? When I saw it was commitment 2 Saturdays a month, only because I live downtown and everything, and I cannot tell you how much I get from these kids. It's just phenomenal. So let's
Also, just a quick reminder,
Oh,
you see
yes.
the kids in the July 3rd. You saw them last year. They're always in the July 3rd parade, only 3 months away. The kids are there. We see them all.
Now,
On
you
their own
know, I
foot. They're
was
waving, they're
thinking
walking.
about that
That's
this
right.
morning
Yeah.
as I got ready, because we had a group marching in the parade last year. Dr. Claire Lales came with us, a lot of Elgin's Biggest Loser, and we were the ones who gave the Mardi Gras beads necklaces.
Okay.
And so I was thinking of asking Tanya at the Downtown Neighborhood Association this year, when we do it again, if we could be, like, if you could be in front of us, or if we could be in front of you, so that somehow we could get the whole, Elgin's Biggest Loser and the
together.
youth,
Sure.
and get everybody just involved, so that we have like one big.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? I was
Let's do
just
it.
thinking about that
Let's
this
do it.
morning. Thanks for bringing that up. So Sarah Burrows, let me introduce Sarah Burrows, who is our scientist today. Give us some of your background.
I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I've lived in Illinois just for about a year and a half. So, and as I said before, I'm a scientist. My formal training is in chemistry. So I went to college for chemistry, and then
Brainiac.
I went ahead and got a PhD in chemistry.
A
from
real
Penn State.
brainiac. Whoa.
So yeah, and I always loved science. I just always knew I would be a scientist.
Bless your
And,
heart.
yeah, it was a lot of hard work, and now I work for a company that develops tools and instrumentation that scientists use in the lab,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually kind of do a marketing position. So I work with the instruments and the products, and I write about them. And so, things that, marketing collateral that scientists would read and be interested in, and I train our salespeople on how to sell to those scientists.
Interesting. What do you do in your spare time? What's your favorite spare time pastime?
I like to play Scrabble a lot.
Take
and
yours.
I've actually played competitively.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and well, compared to other competitive players, I looked myself up online, and I'm in the top 2,000 of the rated players, but I think there's only like 2,000 rated players.
I hope you're up there then.
So,
You're in good company anyway.
so yeah,
Sure.
so
Wow.
so that's a lot of fun. It's
Are
very
there
chill.
tournaments? You go to tournaments?
There are tournaments, and sometimes, often they're like a one-day tournament, and you play 6 or 7 or 8 games in one day.
Wow.
And they have divisions and ratings or rankings. So if you play in a tournament, depending on how you do and how you do against the other people and what their rankings are, you get a ranking. And so that's how I know where
Is it
I
a
am.
circuit? Are they in Midwest or all over?
They're all over. There's all over North America and Canada and actually all over the world. But there is a North American Scrabble Players Association.
Wow.
You a member?
I am, yes.
That's great.
What a surprise.
Can we have a
Yes.
tournament here in Elgin? Can we organize one of those?
What an idea. A fundraiser for YLA.
We can have Thunder on the Scrabble.
Yeah. Thunder on the
I'm
box.
looking at Jeff and his mind's going, stats, statistics, what's your average? What's your,
Yeah.
what's your ERA?
There's a lot. Well, yeah, there's a website called crosstables.com that has all the scores of all the tournaments and the stats of all the players and the rankings, and that's where you find all that stuff.
Sure.
Great.
And it's a lot of fun because I do have a competitive streak, but I'm not athletic at all. So,
But you
yeah.
look athletic. I was going to
That's-
ask you what you do to stay so fit.
Well,
you are very buff.
so my
She is. Girls
I'm
can
wearing
be
a
buff.
turtleneck.
Look at her.
Just say
that.
thank
Because I
you.
met you before. I met you before. I know what you look like.
well, I wouldn't call myself buff, but I do like to stay fit, and I do yoga at least twice a week,
Mhm.
and that's as much for mental health as physical health, and yoga makes a nice blend of that, which I love to do.
And
So, yeah.
Do you do any cardio? Daily cardio?
No.
See, she's got the genes. Now, for Elgin's Biggest Loser, and for those of us out there who are Elgin's Biggest Loser wannabes or whatever, we have to do an hour of cardio a day, and some of us don't. And Sarah just happens to have those genes where she doesn't.
Well, I will tell you that I haven't always been thin or
Buff.
buff, as you say. In college, I weighed a good 20 pounds more than
No
I do
kidding.
now. And it wasn't until I went to graduate school, I started cooking for myself instead of eating dorm food,
Uh-huh.
or,
TV
dining
dinners and
hall
stuff, yeah.
food,
Okay.
where they, coat everything in butter, and it's just awful. Started cooking for myself, and I did work out a lot. I mean, to lose that weight,
Yes.
I worked out, I did cardio
Thank
5
you.
days a week.
Hear that, people?
Yeah,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
I got down,
Thank you for saying that.
before I was married, I did probably lose 30 pounds over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
to
That's
get
wonderful.
Down, and then,
Oh, yeah.
And kept it up.
I'm just in maintaining,
Let me ask you a question. What is the secret to becoming a really good Scrabble player? Just in case we want to dip our toes in that water.
Well, the really, really good people, like
Mhm.
the top level, they study words. They memorize a lot of words.
Do they crossword puzzles help? Daily
Um,
crossword puzzles or no?
Maybe. I think they'll often, a lot of good players who have advised me have just said, well, keep playing Scrabble and play Scrabble against people who are better than you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll learn new words that way. You'll learn new strategies that way. There's a lot of strategy. So there's the word knowledge, but then the board, I don't know if you ever played or if you played it in the last 10 years, but there's double word and triple word scores, and learning the places to play to maximize the score with whatever tiles you have.
Plus, it makes you smarter. I
Yeah.
think.
So it's spatial relationships, it's logic, it's strategy,
Scientific.
it's words.
Wouldn't she be good at
There's
it?
a lot of statistics in it, and a lot of the very best players are math major guys, and
But you don't have to be.
you don't have to
Okay.
be.
Because I'm visual.
But they also they're drawn to it because, the tiles, the number of each type of letter in the bag is set statistically by the frequency in the English language, or if you buy Spanish Scrabble, it's
Oh,
a different set of
sure.
tiles, or French Scrabble. And
Japanese Scrabble.
yeah,
Oh my
and they
goodness.
have all of that. That
They
all
do?
does it. Sure.
Wow.
I don't know about Japanese because that's not an alphabetic-based language, but definitely Spanish and French for sure they have.
Great.
Let's hold that thought because it's halftime. So before we go on, we'd like to thank our very special sponsors.
And they would include the good folks at Taylor YMCA. I like to think when you're EBLers and you were nominated for that Image Award, the Y joins that as well, because they were the showcase for you right there for all those folks. They are right there at 50 North McLean Boulevard, as you know. And give them a call. They can take care of you. Whatever workout concept you would have, they'll be right there. 888-7410 with the 847 area code. That's the Taylor YMCA. Dr. Claire Oleas, we talk about her a lot because she's so multi-talented. Not only can she row,